It is now 2026. You boot up Counter-Strike, and you think to yourself, is this game ever going to get any updates this year already? Has Counter-Strike really evolved in the past year in 2025? Which brings us here. Welcome everyone to the official 2025 CS2 update tier list. My Twitch chat and I came up with 29 different updates that happened this past year, and I'm not gonna lie, when you sit there and be like, there is no updates this game never changed. It kind of did compared to like the beginning of January of 2025, and we're going to cover that right now. And before I start, everyone has their own opinions. I'm forming my own. You can form your own. I mean, I have a fair say in this because, hey, look at that. I played 100 weeks of Counter-Strike straight. I think I do have a say. First up to start the list, we have retakes. Retakes were added into Counter-Strike on October 22nd, 2025, and I've played a couple game modes of retakes. I mean, it feels like CSGO retakes all over again. Problem is that's about it. There's nothing else more to it. It's just a game mode that we needed inside the game. For retakes, it's aight. You know, people do play them. I mean, it's no walk in the park. It's like, oh my god, I want to go play retakes. I mean, it's just a key part of Counter-Strike, so we're gonna put that in there. Up next, we have Night Ancient. This was added into Counter-Strike on August 14th, and the only thing I know about this is it's in casual, it's in deathmatch, and it's in arms race. Other than that, there's nothing much more to this. I'm throwing this in the, I mean, okay category because, I mean, visually, it looks amazing, but here's the problem. I want to see it at least competitive. Maybe not Premier, but competitive. You know, it'd be nice to have a nighttime map to play on. Up next, we have the Fever Case. The Fever Case was part of the Spring Forward update that happened on March 31st, and it's crazy enough to say that this is the only case that was added into Counter-Strike 2 in 2025. This case brought some cool skins. The Glock Shinobu, the FAMAS Bad Trip, the Op Print Stream, and not only that, but we now have Shattered Web Knives with chroma finishes. I mean, this is dope. If you like skins, hey, this was kind of dope. But other than that, it's nothing game-changing. It's just cool, we got them. Up next, we have Armory changes. Now, this goes for limited time items, charms, stickers, etc. The Armory brought us some interesting stuff, such as 2 limited time weapons, the A1S Solitude, and the XM Solitude, the 2025 Train Collection, the Dr. Boom charms, the Missing Link Community charms, the Sugarface 2 stickers, the 2025 community stickers, and so on and so forth. I'm putting the Armory changes in the dope category. I think some of them look pretty cool. Obviously, it's nothing changing the game of Counter-Strike, but I think they just look cool. I'm a charm enthusiast. I like the 8-ball one where you could shake it and you could say yes or no. Up next is kind of not a Counter-Strike update, but it's the Steam UI changes. So with this update in your Counter-Strike inventory, your guns will be outlined the rarity they are in game. Example, I have Vice Gloves, they're coverts, they're outlined in red, and my USPS Blueprint, which is a mil-spec, outlined in blue, and it does that for all rarities. We're gonna add this one into the, okay, sure. I mean, that's a Steam thing, I'm guessing. Maybe not a Counter-Strike thing, I don't know, but I mean, it's okay. I don't really care about it. Next up, we have map pool changes for Premier. Now, this one's gonna be an interesting one because I'm covering both Premier Season 2 and 3. In Season 2, they took out Vertigo and put Train in. And at the beginning of Premier Season 3, they brought in Overpass and took out Anubis. I mean, Valve devs doing anything to not take out Inferno is beyond me, so I'm just gonna put this in. Okay. Up next is the CT economy change. Now, this one's actually kind of a big one, and this one kind of got swept under, but it's actually a big thing. When Premier Season 3 came out in July, this also came out, and it made it so that if the CT kills a T, everyone gets $50, so you can max out at $250 if you kill the entire team, which is really good for MR12 format, because the CTs were struggling with money if they didn't get any kills, say like pistol round or anything like that. We needed this, I'll be honest. Being a CT, and before this update, absolute tragedy. Up next, we have the Premier Medal. Now, this came out with Season 2 that came out in January, and it just told you that every 25 blah 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 kills you can get a full medal of like what your max rank was, like max purple, max pink, max red, and it just kind of made it so that if you play Premier and you get more wins, you can get this fancy medal. And to be honest, it forces you to play the game just to fill out a medal. Me personally, I'm just gonna put the Premier medal in Y. I feel like there should be a bigger reward as to you playing a lot of just Premier and just struggling every time just for a badge. There's gotta be more to that. Up next, we have the 2026 Service Medal, which was the last update Counter-Strike put out on December 26, 2025. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this medal. It looks pretty freaking cool. It looks like the old Operation medals. A lot of people on Twitter didn't like this, but who cares? Everyone on Twitter is absolutely miserable. I actually like this medal, and I think it looks dope. I don't know about you guys, but I'm about to reach it because I'm like level 32 in game. We're gonna be getting that sometime soon. Up next, we have weekly missions. Now, this was put out with the Mission Possible update on May 7th, and it just basically said, hey, if you play this deathmatch and get a kill with this gun, or play this many rounds on this map, you get bonus XP, which I think is great that people want to grind to that service medal. So I think this is a good update. Now, one kicker that I want to put out there is I wish there was more than one mission, because, you know, it's kind of like an operation. Operation had missions. I think this is a really good update. I think it's alright. It's pretty cool. Up next, we have the Genesis Terminal, released on September 16th. This wasn't an actual big like explosion update, and it brought the Genesis Terminal, a laptop where you can get 5, maybe 6 like offers from a guy, and if you don't want them, it explodes, and if you want it, you can buy off the Steam market. But the best part about the Genesis Terminal is that if you get all mil specs or all restricteds or whatever, you can get bonus XP, which actually makes you go up a level in game, which is pretty cool. But other than that, if you see how much this is on Steam, I mean, it's an absolute disaster. So I mean, the terminal, it's aight. Funny enough, on the same update as the Genesis Terminal, Spectator loadout came out, which if you died in game and you're spectating somebody, if you hit your inspect key, you can see what skins they're running. It's okay. It's okay. It's nothing to, like I said, write home about. It's just there. Quality of life. Up next, we have map scripting. Now, I can't tell you what update this came out on because almost every update that comes out always has to do with map scripting. And I think it's one of the best things we can have in Counter-Strike right now, because I've played on custom maps that are like, what? Like, I've played on a Halo map before with Halo guns. Oh my God, this couldn't have been possible without this. So I think we actually needed this for Counter-Strike, and it might be big in the future. We'll see. For the next few, I'm just going to rapid fire these because these are like small updates, but kind of big in the sense that, oh, you notice them. The first one being the new op scope. It went from being a cross to like a cross with a mini dot in the middle. I mean, cool, but you could just turn it off. I turn it off. People like it. I mean, personally, it's not for me. So I'm just going to put why. I don't know why we need a new little scope thing with already in a T. I don't know. I'm not going to go into full detail. Next up, the FAMAS mini buff. The FAMAS went from $2,050 to $1,950. I think this is a great quality of life update. The FAMAS does suck, but if it's cheaper, I might dive into it. I mean, that's kind of nice. Up next, you got the MP9 nerf. Now, the MP9 got nerfed as in like jumping and shooting accuracy has been way off. Personally, I've died to that way too many times, and I think as a whole community and myself, I think this is a great update because it opens the opportunities for other weapons to be used as well, like the MP7, maybe. Next up, we got Skin Rarity Glow. Now, this is a key one. This is like some old piece of CSGO nostalgia that's back in the game, but I'm gonna put Skin Rarity Glow, and we needed this. I needed this. Not we, I did. I actually like that update. Talk in the lobby and in premiere phase. I didn't realize the majority of like the beginning of 2025, we couldn't talk to anybody like in the lobby. So that was kind of silly. You just had to type to everyone. And especially in premiere, we had to type it all of it out. Well, I'm kind of glad they added this. We needed that. I don't want to sit there quietly and just type to everyone like, what are we banning? What are we picking? The M4A4 becoming cheaper. Now, this is also a great quality of life update because the M4 is now just as pricey as the M4A1S. And you can just pick or choose. Oh, do I want to use A1S or do I want to use the M4A4? I'm glad they updated that. Up next is the 3 new weekly collection drops. You can get the Ascent, the Boreal, and the Radiant. Me personally, I think it's dope. I mean, that's a lot of new skins, and a lot of the ones that came out were actually like pretty cool. I mean, they're skins, nothing changing with the game like rapidly, but I think all the skins look cool. The Green Energy Op is probably my favorite. The M4A1S Stratosphere, those skins were kind of nice. Next up, the Sticker Slab. Sticker Slab made it so you could put any sticker you want into like a little pouch, and it's used as a charm on your weapon. I think this is also a dope update. I mean, more charms just for easy. Showing off a Titan Hollow and a sticker slab, that'd be kind of dope. Next up, we have rare cases harder to get in weeklies. Now, somebody on Twitter noticed that the Bravo case, Weapons case, 1 case, and all these other cases that are like old and OG are being removed, or very, very low percentage of getting them. And a lot of people have been getting the terminal lately. This is a why, because why would you remove them? I mean, all those cases are gonna be mad expensive, and they're still going up as I'm like recording this. So really weird move from Valve. This wasn't even like an update, but this was like a quality of life, not a great one, but a quality of life change in Counter-Strike. That's like, why do we want to do this? Last one for the rapid fire, we have the Transit incident. Oh boy. For those who don't know, Transit was a wingman map added on October 1st along with other community maps in competitive and with rooftop on wingman. But this one takes the record as the shortest map to ever be in Counter-Strike 2. According to the Counter-Strike fandom wiki, first there was an Easter egg on the map that involved missing cat posters scattered around the level. Collecting all of them would cause a cat in a bucket, and that cat would be the cat from Stray. which is, first of all, copyright. And the entity for that logic handler basically had to do the Easter egg contains something racist. Not only that, there is a building that looks like Dr. Doofenshmirtz's Evil Incorporated building from Phineas and Ferb. And to make matters even worse, the original sign was replaced for a cryptocurrency bank. There's also a building displaying an advertisement for the largest financial pyramid scheme in the history of Russia. Not gonna lie, when this update came out and people found out about this on Twitter, man, they took it like a storm. And man, I don't even want to look at that guy's comment sections on Steam because I don't know how it would be. It was just a dumpster fire. If you look up Counter-Strike 2 Transit and go to like the workshop map and scroll down to the comments, I think you'll have a great time. So the transit incident, removing it was a great quality of life update. We did not need that. Sorry. The map was fun, but no, we needed to remove those people for those entities and stuff like that. Like, come on, man. What are you doing? Next up, we have TrueView demo. Now, TrueView demo, for those who don't know, was added on November 4th, and it basically showed your demo as in real time of what it looked like in game without worrying like about your network, like how much ping you have and stuff like that. So if you're like, man, why did I miss this shot in game? If you watch the TrueView demo, it tells you exactly how you missed, why you missed, and it's just right there. So this is a great quality of life update for those who actually do watch their demos. I would say this is better for like pro teams more than like your average Joe comp player. Next up, we have community maps, and no, not the workshop community maps. I'm talking about competitive community maps that were added for both comp and wingman. During the course of 2025, in competitive, we had Basalt and Eden, and in wingman, we had Palais and Whistle. After those were removed, Agency, Jura, Grail were added to comp, and Dogtown and Brewery were also added. And after that rotation, we currently have now Golden, Palacio as the comp maps, and only Rooftop as the wingman map because look at what happened to Transit. So for community maps, I'm gonna put in I mean, some of the maps were really good, some of the maps were like so it's kind of like a 50-50. I think they were just all right. I mean, Grail and Basalt and Eden were great maps. I wish they added back in. Palais was probably the best wingman map they've ever had. So hopefully they add them into like some sort of like rotating map in the game, which would be pretty cool. Next up, we have Anim Graph 2. And you're probably like, what is that? This was kind of an interesting update because it had to update all the animations of like knives and nades and guns and how you use them in Counter-Strike, so they're all up to date. Now, there's probably like 2 weeks in here where the knives were all messed up, the guns looked weird, and just by far the weirdest bugs I've seen in the game. But I think this is a great quality of life update. They haven't updated in a while, so I think they're done, but I think everything looks good in game now. Obviously, it's not the same as CSGO, but I actually like this update. Everything looks really nice. Up next, we have souvenir highlights. Now, since Budapest is over, we can talk about this along with the Austin Major. Once the playoffs are finished and once the finals are completed, you can get souvenir packages which come with charms, these dog tags, that you can watch a highlight on. And me personally, a little bit of a letdown on Budapest. It doesn't feel the same. They feel like highlights are like lowlights and just random frag movies. It didn't feel the same. This one's I hope they do better for the next major, which is I think Cologne. Up next, we have Trade Hold, aka Trade Protection. This update came out of left field because it prevents people from scamming you, taking your inventory and running with it. This also shows that if you buy off of a third-party site, you can't craft anything or you can't open that case from that third-party site for 7 days, which also kind of sucks. And I think this is kind of a good update and a bad update in the same way. So I think it came out of left field. It freaked everyone out, but I think at this point we're all kind of used to it. So cool, I guess. And for the last one, we have 5 covert trade-ups to a knife. Now this one caught everyone by surprise. I wasn't home at the time. I wasn't streaming. I was actually out at a concert. And when this came out, everyone was mass buying coverts to trade up to knives. And now coverts are hella expensive. And this completely just messed up the entire market. I think this update it's dope. It's pretty cool. But when this came out October 22nd, it's just a couple lines in the patch notes. There's no big thing about this. And when people looked at that, they're like, wait a minute. And with that being said, there is my list. I don't think I'll change anything on this. I think I'm just shooting it from the gun here. A lot of updates. This is not even like the majority of them because some of them are like minor updates that I don't want to add in here or maybe we forgot. But I think 2025 had a really good update for Counter-Strike as a whole. A lot of people don't see that. You could see it from right here. So I want to know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments down below on any of these. Where would you put these? Did I do a good list? Don't tell me that because a lot of people will say no. And I'm excited for Counter-Strike in 2026. I completely believe in the game. I love the game. This game is awesome. Seriously, I wouldn't play any other game. If you guys did enjoy the video, like and subscribe. Hey man, I'm going to put out a lot of videos this year in 2026. I'm excited for Counter-Strike and everything, and especially this YouTube channel. So if you made it this far, if you want to check me out on Twitch, link is also in the description down below. Have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace!